it has been a good neighborhood up until from there, 1972, I went to Long Island City High School, which was around the corner also. Um, like I said, they took our homes to build a new school in 1969, and the school wasn't built until 25 years later. So the property they knocked down and threw us out of remained a dump for 25 years. And finally, they built a new school. Well, this house has had a lot of family in it. It was a very family oriented house. We had a lot of good times. The old neighborhood was better. It was a more close knit neighborhood. I mean, we used to sit on the streets on Friday night. The parents used to play cards, eat clams. It was a whole. This neighborhood, although good, we had our share. I mean, we had our share of prostitution. We've had our share of now. We have a shelter around the corner. But now the years went on, and change is coming too, and it's changing a lot. Now they want to make it this high-end neighborhood like Chelsea, Soho, and they brought in all these high-end hotels, and now they turned one of the first hotels that opened here into a shelter. So it's not saying much that the neighborhood, it can go either way at this point, and it's just a monotonous thing at this point. It's just monotony. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. The older people, of course, all voted for lower density, not realizing that the day after the zoning was changed, all these people had bought all these properties prior to the zone change. They already knew about it. They were pre-informed. All the developers were pre-informed that this was going to happen, and they all came in and swiped up 26 pieces of land in this neighborhood to turn into hotels. What's around us is all gonna just encompass us in darkness. It's just a ridiculous thing that 8 blocks in a whole neighborhood cannot upzone, or they gave us this residential, 8 foot on the side. My neighbor down the block wanted to move, needed a bigger space, wanted his family to stay there. His daughter had children, son, whatever. They did everything illegally. Nothing was up to code, not even the bolts they used. And he's got no permit at this point. His permit expired. So he's waiting for the Board of Standards and Appeals he's been going to a lot of meetings, getting this thing up to safety, put the lift in, the scaffolding up, the needle beams with the scaffolding, secured everything, whatever. And now he's going to go back to the BSA and beg for a permit. Do we think he deserves it? No. It should have been taken away and made an affordable housing a long time ago, or a dog park. Seriously. It's been nothing but an empty frame for 7 years. It's a disgrace. There is no such thing as a city inspector. The DOB is non-existent. They are an agency that gets paid to do nothing. In my books, they do not solve any issues, because whatever the construction people break, it's my place to sue them civilly. The Department of Buildings, the city does not hold them responsible for anything. It's ridiculous. Developer is a complete non-human. His father is a complete non-human. He's not American. He is just a lowlife. I don't even want to say the word. He's dirt. He's a horrible, horrible slumlord. When he bought the 2 houses next door, one of them he put people in to live. And if my husband didn't go fix the electricity, the poor girl and her 4 dogs would have burned. He wouldn't come and do anything. He was just a horrible person. On the inspection, they had an inspection here every time they did it. Now, finally, after 5 years of that, the city stopped him, or the owner fired him. I don't know the complete circumstances. My front, everything is, I feel like we're in a capsule. I mean, in the daytime, like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm having to put my lights on because it's so dark in here. I mean, you could say, look in this bedroom, it's just dark. It's dark. In the beginning, they offered us an amount. It wasn't good enough for me. And that's not even the fact. The fact wasn't the money. The fact was my father is 93 years old, will not move from here. He's got all his marbles. He's very set on things, very stubborn. And I have my mom upstairs who's 89 years old, who's been bedridden with a brain tumor for over 7 years. It's just, he doesn't really want to go anywhere. He doesn't want to. This is his home, for a lot of years. It's up in the air now, but we're gonna fight. Yeah, we're here for family. Well, recently.